Hey, beautiful souls. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this intuitive love tarot reading is meant to find you. If you're new here, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here again. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for your ongoing spiritual guidance. Let's take a deep breath together and settle in, friends, as we uncover the insights and lessons meant for your highest good. Ready to see what's unfolding? Let's dive in. Hey there, Scorpio. This is your general intuitive love reading for the next 4 weeks. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust that Spirit will always highlight for you the messages that are the most important for you. I have already asked for blessings for your reading, so let's dive in. All right, Scorpio, you have some really, really interesting cards on this table. Your main messages here in these oracle cards: time for a nap, unfinished symphony, and time to go. Definitely some strong messages there. The other thing to note is you have 4 major arcana out of 6. You have the Emperor, the Hermit, the Hangman, and the Sun. When we get a lot of major arcana cards in a reading, it's because the universe is trying to give you some key messages. Not the little day-to-day mundane things, but some lessons, some life lessons. Usually it's also, in things that have a larger impact on us, right? Now, I'm going to start in your current general energies, which is this time for a nap, which is clarified by the Emperor, and it's clarified by the Hermit. Now, let's not, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here, and I'm just going to give the messages that I'm getting. I mean, time for a nap is a very clear message. Okay. Emperor's clear message. Hermit is a clear message here. Big life messages here, right? Scorpio, which is rest. Why do we time to take a nap? Because we're tired. We need rest. We may be requiring rest physically. We may be requiring rest emotionally. Okay. I do feel that for somebody out there, and again, take this how it resonates. This reading won't be for everybody, but I feel like there's been a lot of effort mentally, physically, to try to apply some control in your love life. Okay. Now, again, this can be if you are in a relationship or if you're single and looking for a relationship. A lot of control has been, a lot of effort and a lot of control to bring something about, or to help a situation to continue to grow or for a new situation to come about. So I'm also feeling a lot of responsibility is being taken with that Emperor card there, okay? Wanting to achieve something very specific, but with a lot of control and a lot of responsibility. And I feel like there is a pressure, an inner pressure for or related to love. And that is what is physically draining you or emotionally draining you, right? And so we need to sometimes turn inward with this hermit to get a little bit of a break from that. Okay. The hermit is a sign of withdrawal. Okay. So you could be, while the emperor is saying, structure is required and authority is required, the emperor is also saying sometimes you need to step back from that. Okay. So if you are trying single and trying to control the situation of, really earnestly looking for love, take a step back, take a nap, breathe, relax, let it come to you naturally. Okay. If you are in a relationship and you are applying a lot of control, maybe you need to step back. Maybe you are the one who's the authority figure all the time, and you're the one who's putting the structure in place, and you need to perhaps step back a little bit because you are the one who's putting pressure on yourself. Perhaps you are in a relationship where somebody else is that emperor and putting the pressure on you. And yes, that is equally physically and emotionally exhausting. And therefore, you need a nap. Okay? The emperor is a pause, and it is a pause for wisdom. Okay? The wisdom here is that love never needs to be forced, not real love, not the right kind of love. And if you are in a relationship and there is some pressure, and perhaps you're the one that's applying the pressure here, then it's important to note that we don't always need to apply pressure. We don't need to always force something. The give and take of love needs to flow naturally. And patience sometimes is required. Okay. Now, sometimes that's just because we're in a very stressful world, we're in a stressful situation. Sometimes the pressures of career, home life, too much on our plate does this to us. Sometimes it is the pressure of time, right? We feel time is passing and we're trying to achieve something in a specific timeline. There's definitely a pressure here of uh, wanting to control or trying to control. And love is not controllable, unfortunately. Okay. Patience is really, really going to be the key here for you in this current general energies, right? Saying that you are coming into this feeling like, yeah, that it's this is a lot, right? This is a lot. And it's exhausting and it's time for a nap. All right. Now we get into the resistance, which is an unfinished symphony clarified by the hangman and the sun card. Okay. So, there's definitely some unresolved emotional business here, right? That is what the unfinished symphony is about. Something's unfinished. Symphony is beautiful music, but there's some unresolved beautiful music there. All right. So something hasn't fully played out yet for some of you. Okay. And it's asking for your attention. Right. And the hanged man is a bit of a pause, like the hermit, a stepping back, a withdrawal. Okay. So in order for this thing to play itself out, in order for this situation to resolve itself, we need to take a step back. That is why you have two more major arcana here. You have stepped back in 2 cards of major arcana. So big message here, my friends, that hopefully, you're getting that message, right? Because it is a very clear message to say, you know, waiting for something to resolve is okay. You don't always have to be on the go, pushing the relationship forward, or, seeking it out, if you're single. Okay. Sometimes when we're in the hangman paused position or stepping back, as the hermit suggests, we need to kind of look at something from a different perspective. I mean, the hangman is upside down. He definitely sees things from a different perspective. And he has a halo around his head, right, in this image here, which means when he's in that perspective, when he's looking at something from the different angle, enlightenment is possible. Okay? He does get enlightenment, right? So, the sun is here, which means that truth will come to the surface. It is in the resistance position, mind you. So it is coming. It is coming. All right. So know that. So, if you are looking at things from a different perspective, you might see that sunny, bright truth. All right. Now, yes, clarity. You may be looking for clarity. It's going to require patience, right? And it should always require honesty of yourself, with the other person, if you are in a relationship. If you are not, certainly with yourself, okay? To know that, that this truth, what this truth really is, what this sunshine really is about. Now, if you are in a situation, I do feel for somebody that you may be tempted to make a phone call or have a conversation so you can clear something up here, this unresolved or unfinished symphony. So you can clear it, get clear about it, to find out what is left unresolved, or just wait it out a bit. All right. So definitely getting into, wanting to communicate about that. All right. And if you are single and you've just putting so much pressure on yourself, what is unresolved for you is realizing that when we are in a state of, I want to say, not caring about something, like just living your daily life and saying, you know what, I'm not going to overthink this. I'm not going to keep constantly thinking about it and wishing for it and hoping for it and, putting it out into the universe, because sometimes when we try to over manifest, I want to say that what happens is that we block that energy. So time to step back and let the sun come in when the timing is right, if you are single and looking for love. Okay, the outcome here says time to go. It's clarified by the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. 2 swords. Swords is the suit of the mind. So a lot going on in your head. I do feel the outcome is very decisive. It does speak of endings for some of you. Okay, again, this reading will not be for everybody, but for some of you, it does speak of endings that, although painful, because you have the Ten of Swords, it's like 10 swords in your back, right? Although it's painful, it may be necessary. Okay? Sometimes we need to close a chapter so that something can re-begin. I say this is about choosing yourself. And that is good whether you are currently in a relationship or you are not in a relationship and you're single, right? Loving yourself is very important. I say this is also about release, letting go, trusting in the divine. In this image here, this figure has 10 swords in his back, but his hand is turned upward. Okay. One of his hands is turned upward like this. Okay. Even though he's lying on his front, his hand isn't like this. His hand is like this. And this is, a symbol of saying, I'm giving it up to the divine. I'm giving it up to the universe. I'm giving it up to you to resolve this. I'm taking my step back. I'm asking for your help, and I'm asking for your grace. Right? And so, with the Seven of Swords, yes, maybe for some of you, you've had some repeated emotional wounds that can't be ignored. For some of you, maybe there was some deception involved. For some of you, it is avoidance, right? Avoidance in the sense that you're avoiding either trying to let something go, or avoidance to try to resolve something to make it better. And for some of you, if you are single, it is avoidance or deceiving yourself, right? Or, yeah, you could be feeling like whatever form this relationship has taken, if you are in one, or whatever form you wish a relationship to be in, if you are single and looking for one, uh, it needs to be the right type of love that serves you best. Okay. Now, remember that if this is a, walking away from something, no experience that we have in life is considered a loss. All right. You haven't lost anything. You haven't wasted time. Life is a journey. It is not a destination. We live our lives to have experiences. From the experiences, we learn the big lessons of life. Right? We come to this planet wanting to experience and learn something so that in the next life we can learn something different and we don't have to repeat that karma. All right. So remember, you have not wasted anything. You've not lost anything. This isn't a punishment, right? It's about liberation. Maybe about closing a chapter so that healing can happen, so that the rebirth can begin, so that you choose yourself, so that you release something. And, there is a saying that says, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, you know, uh, it never was yours. All right. So I'm going to leave your reading there, my Scorpio friends. I don't know what will resonate with who out there, but I will see you again very soon. Until then, please know that I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.